The Haywire Grade passes almost entirely through state forest and federal forest land. So when you're on the trail, you are immersed in that beautiful up north scenery of the forest. It's a 34-mile linear trail that connects the community of Manistee over on the shores of Lake Michigan to Shingleton in the north. This summer you'll see ORV, mountain bikers, people riding horses. And then in the winter, it's actually one of the main north-south snowmobile arteries in the state.
It does create an integral part of our snowmobile trail system. People are able to unload there in Manistee and stay in Manistee, and they can ride north into the Pictured Rocks, Munising. They can keep going west into Marquette. They can go all the way to Keweenaw, Iron Mountain, and back. So that's what makes Upper Peninsula a major destination for snowmobiling, is that we have an interconnected trail system that allows people to go from community to community to community uninterrupted. That's pretty unique. I mean, there are other states and places that have snowmobile trail systems, but the Upper Peninsula is usually ranked in the top 10 worldwide in terms of snowmobiling destinations. And the Haywire Grade is a major component of that.
So the railroad corridor that the Haywire Grade is built upon was first finished in 1898. It was made to service the logging industry.
They called it the Haywire because it was kind of run on a shoestring budget. Reportedly, they used haywire as a way to hold things together, and things were really tough.
But one of the more interesting things about the Haywire Grade, it is the original rail trail in Michigan. Back in 1970, when it was first created, the community came together with state, local, and federal agencies to show that the conversion of an abandoned railroad corridor can be made into a trail. So it created a precedent and a roadmap for the rest of Michigan, which really worked because Michigan now has more miles of rail trail than any other state in the country.
They made it happen by financing it and borrowing some money from a mining company and saying, you know, we really want this trail between these two communities and we're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And sometimes those are the coolest stories, you know, when people have a vision and people have an idea, and then it seems outlandish, but yet they make it happen. And then later on becomes the Rails to Trails movement, and eventually the Rails to Trails Act in 1976 and the Rail Banking Act in 1982. But to say that people in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan were out in front of all that stuff making things happen is pretty darn cool.
So designated Pure Michigan trails, they exemplify what is best about Michigan and the diverse scenery and communities that they pass through. So for trails like the Haywire Grade, they are examples of the beauty and the experience that many of Michigan's trail networks possess.